Hello, everyone. Good evening. Hope you're all doing so super well today. Let me just lower this laptop a little bit. I don't know. I'm coming on live to do the Friday teaching, and I'm doing it in the evening on Friday. So if you're catching the replay of this video, let me know below in the comments below wherever you're watching from. Feel free to share your thoughts, questions, comments, insights, experiences, anything you want to share with me in the comments below that you would like to share based on whatever you hear from this teaching. I always love hearing from you guys and having a conversation going. Okay, so for those of you who are tuning into me for the very first time and you don't know who I am, my name is Stef Ventura. I'm a psychic business empowerment coach. And what I do is I help people to manifest whatever they want in their personal lives as well as their businesses. And I do this through teaching people teachings on spirituality, on mindset, on manifesting, on many different things, energy work and stuff like that. And that's how I help people. I help people to understand what it is about what they hold with inside of themselves that is keeping them out of alignment with what they desire and helping them to release that so that they can then bring themselves into alignment with their desires and manifest it. So every Friday I come on here onto my YouTube channel, or at least I try to come every Friday to do a teaching to, help all of you with your journeys and to share information that I'm guided to share and speak on today. So the topic of today's video is returning to your divine natural state requires healing work, whatever you want to call it, energy shifting. And the reason for that is that when you come into the world, when you're born, when you come out of your mom's womb, you're born with a powerful connection to who you truly are, to the spiritual version of yourself, to the version of yourself that knows that they are 1000% worthy, that they are 1000% loved and supported, that they are connected to infinite abundance, that they are unconditionally loved, and that they are unconditionally loving of others. And so when you come into this world, you come in with all that innate knowledge and knowing of who you are, but you're a baby. But you basically, have that deeper connection to your truth. So you have no judgments, you have no fears, you have no misconceptions, you have no worries, you have no doubts, you have no lack, you have none of these things that causes stress and stress in our lives and sometimes animosity in our connecting with others, right? So you come here basically beautiful and pure, a beautiful being that is radiating, God's source, universe, energy and consciousness, okay? But what happens is that as you grow up, as you have certain experiences, as you're exposed to certain things, as you pick up things from others, you start then picking up fears and limiting beliefs and doubts and stories. And then this creates all of these things that you pick up on that start forming part of your own beliefs, that start forming part of your energy. And my apologies for the really loud bus outside my door right now. But all of these different things start forming part of your beliefs and your energy, which then go on to form the different areas of your life that you experience as you grow up. So the different areas of your life are, for example, your health, your career or your job or your business, your money situation, your relationships, your overall well-being, your spirituality, your success. These are all the different areas of life that you can have. And so whatever you pick up from a very young age from other people, it starts impacting how these different areas of your life unfold for you and are created for you. Okay? So when you come into this life and you're connected to who you truly are, to your divine truth, you're this beautiful, expansive being. You hold no judgments, you hold no fears, no insecurities, none of that stuff. You're just expansive. Everything to you is neither good nor bad. It's all just an experience. It's all just exciting. It's all fun. It's all interesting. It's just amazing. And you're this ever expansive being wanting to learn more and to, do more and to see what you're capable of. And that's what you can observe a lot of times in children. They're very curious and they don't realize that certain things are dangerous or unsafe, or that certain things might not be as nice or kind. They just are, right? And so you're this ever expansive being and you just are. You're just seeing the world, observing the world. But what happens is as you pick up these fears and limiting beliefs and these stories and these traumas and things, is you go from being this expansive being to this boxed in being. And you start being boxed in by your fears, those stories, those limiting beliefs, those traumas. You start kind of saying, okay, so this is how it is for me in terms of my health. And this is how it is for me in terms of my relationship with my family, in terms of relationships with my peers, in terms of relationships with my romantic partner. And this is how it is for me in terms of my relationship with my body. And this is how it is for me in terms of spirituality and my success and my well-being and my money story. And so you go from being ever expansive to kind of boxing yourself into this kind of reality because of whatever you picked up. And so when you have all of these different little sets of boxes of reality, that's the kind of reality that you're going to then experience, okay? Because that's what you're believing and things like that. So if the reality that you are experiencing isn't satisfying to you, it isn't what you want it to be consciously, then in order to shift that, you need to do healing in order to then release whatever you have within yourself that will then allow you to return to your true divine state. When you return to your true divine state of, being unconditionally loved and trusting of the universe and knowing you're supported and being accepting of others and all the good things, when you return to that natural state, you start vibrating a different energy. As you vibrate a different energy, you then become a match for a different experience. So if in the box of reality that is, for example, your health situation or your love life, you have certain beliefs about how your health is supposed to be or your love life is supposed to be, or you have certain traumas that have influenced you in believing, what to expect in terms of your health or what to expect in terms of relationships, or you have certain limiting beliefs that you developed or picked up from others along the way around what to expect around health and relationships and things like that, you're going to keep yourself in this very small and quite often negative view of reality of what you expect in that area of your life. And if you don't like that, then it's up to you to then undo all of the things that you're holding inside of yourself so that you can return more to your true state and be more, connected to your true power, to your true abundance, to your true joy and happiness and acceptance and all that other stuff, so that these other things can change. So let me give you an example of this, okay? Hey, HODL. I'm just going to call you that because I don't know how to, or what is a nickname I can give you to make it shorter? But thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. So let me give you an example of this, right? Your true natural state is to be unconditionally loving of others and accepting of others, and to be unconditionally loving and accepting of yourself. This is your true natural state. So if you, though, along the way, pick up limiting beliefs and fears around your relationships with people, and you don't trust people, or you think that people are out to get you, or you think people are going to backstab you and betray you, or you think a partner's going to cheat on you, or you think people are just going to use you, or you think people judge you and they don't like who you are, or they make fun of you, or they criticize you, or whatever, and you have all of these negative beliefs and fears and maybe even traumas, in terms of romantic relationships. Let's say you grew up in a hostile kind of environment where you saw toxic relationships. Maybe you had alcoholism or domestic abuse or all of these different things, a parent that was constantly cheating or whatever it is, causing problems. So if you grew up with that and you start believing, oh, men can't be trusted or women can't be trusted or they're just lying and this and that, then that's the box of reality that you're going to be in. And you're going to manifest or attract people that fit the description of whatever it is you believe in. So your job then is, if you don't want to continue experiencing that kind of reality, if you want to have loving, supportive, nurturing, amazing relationships, whether that's with a romantic partner, your peers, your family, or all of the above, that requires you to then have a closer look at yourself, see what you're holding inside of yourself, what traumas you're holding, what limiting beliefs and fears you're holding, what stories you're holding, to then heal those things. And healing is just releasing the energy of, in order to then return yourself to your true natural state, so that you can then trust people again, allow yourself to be supported by people again, to be loved by people again, to be open and vulnerable with people again. And as you shift these things inside of yourself, that's then what you're going to attract moving forward. But it all starts with you. You have to do your part to shift all these things that are not in alignment with who you truly are. Okay, so that way, as you originally started out as this expansive being, but then you got all these traumas and fears and stories and, limiting beliefs, and you started becoming boxed in, and you started kind of being contracted. And because you're contracted, you're experiencing a limited version of reality. And quite often most people experience that version of reality again and again and again. And that's why a lot of times people are like, oh my God, I just attract a bunch of guys or a bunch of girls that just cheat on me, or they mistreat me, or they're narcissistic, or they're this and that. And this is in regards to like relationships, okay? And people think this is just, it's not fair. Why can't I meet anyone good? And this and that. And the only reason that they keep meeting the same kind of people is because they're boxed into a version of reality based on all their beliefs, traumas, and fears and stories and things like that, that then cause them to only experience that version of reality again and again and again. And the only way to then go beyond that kind of version of reality is to undo all of that stuff. So the image that I'm getting right now is kind of like, if you've ever seen X-Men, okay, and you saw one of the first videos of X-Men where, Dr. Xavier or whatever is in that special room. I forgot what the room is called, okay? I forget things about movies, but he's in that special room where he has that headgear on, and he's connecting to the consciousness of different people. And it's like this whole wide universe. It's like this big starry, universe thing. And all the little dots that he's seeing there are like the consciousness or the minds of different people. And so he's like trying to tune in, trying to find one specific person. When he finds that person, he like zeroes in and he hears one specific person and what they're thinking and feeling. And then he zeroes in on another, and so on and so forth, right? So that's the thing, is that when you're expansive, all of the different types of relationships, in this case, I keep going back to relationships, but all of the different types of relationships that can exist will exist for you. But and you will notice them and stuff like that. And quite oftentimes you'll get to experience more of the kind of relationships that you want. But when you're boxed in because you haven't healed your things and you're only tuning into one version of reality, then it's kind of like when Dr. Xavier zeroes in on one person and only hears that one person from the crowd of thousands of people or millions of people or whatever, right? So when you have all these stories, these limiting beliefs, these fears, these insecurities, whatever it is, traumas, it's like you're zeroing in into this version of reality where that's all you're going to get. And if you want to break free from that, you have to come back and be expansive again, so that you're able to then more easily tune into what you truly desire instead of only getting this one thing. Does that make sense? Let me know in the comments below if this is making sense to you, even if you're watching the replay, wherever you are in the world. It's 2019, so if you're watching from the future, let me know you're watching from the future. This is what it is, returning to your true divine state and experiencing that true infinite abundance and love and support and acceptance and all those good things that we associate God with, or source or universe or whatever you believe in, that gives you peace and gives you a sense of connection and makes you feel good, right? Returning to that true state requires you to undo all the crap that you have taken on from the time you were small, okay? Because again, you came into this world being a true example of that true connection to innocence, to purity, to love and acceptance, to joy, to abundance. You came in being like that. But along the way, things started being packed onto you, these fears, these stories, these insecurities, these things, these traumas. And you started forgetting who you truly are. And so to come back to who you truly are, you have to undo those things. And that's your responsibility. You have to then do the undoing of those beliefs, or the unraveling of the stories, or the releasing of the trauma, and the shifting of all of those things, stories, beliefs, fears, traumas, all of that stuff. You have to shift all of that stuff, but that's up to you. Nobody can do that for you but you, you know? And as you do that, you then come into alignment with who you really are again. You then come to your natural divine state again. And as you come back to your natural divine state and your energy changes, you start radiating more of the true higher vibrational energy that you are. You then get to receive and experience more of the amazing things that you have been wanting for so long, because you're now a match for it. You're now truly a match for greater levels of love, of greater levels of abundance, of greater levels of success, of greater levels of well-being, of greater levels of harmony, whatever it is that you're desiring in your life. But that takes you doing your part to release those things, okay? There are so many benefits to connecting to who you truly divinely are, because as you connect to your truth, you start experiencing greater levels of calm, of peace, of trust, of confidence, of emotional intelligence, of love, of compassion, of patience. You start experiencing these higher levels of these things and so much more, and you navigate life so much more easily, and you manifest more of what you truly desire, and get to experience that, and get to continue to further amplify that happiness, that joy, that fulfillment that you're feeling, okay? But again, this takes you being willing to undo those things for yourself. This takes you being willing to be your own superhero and to say, okay, I was, I over the years growing up, I've packed on a lot of things that aren't mine, a lot of things that aren't in alignment with who I truly am. But I'm going to start doing something about that. And I'm no longer going to allow those stories, those patterns, those fears, those insecurities, those doubts, those beliefs to continue to hold me back and keep me miserable, keep me feeling unconfident, keep me feeling unworthy, keep me feeling like I just only experience bad things in life, or people are always doing me dirty, or I'm never going to, be fit and healthy, or whatever the things are. I'm no longer going to do that. I'm going to release the crap that I have to let go of to come back to my true state and allow myself to experience all that I was intended to experience in this life. And that is how you start changing your life. It starts with you being willing to do your part and to be your own hero, or your own savior, or your own superhero, or whatever you want to call it, or heroine, whatever it is for you. And you have to do all of that. And yeah, that's basically what they wanted me to share with all of you today. HODL says, yes, so true. Awesome. I'm glad it resonated with you. So let me see if I can, hold on a second. Oh, never mind. I was going to try to pull a card, but I can't right now. My decks are kind of busy. They're kind of in certain places where I cannot reach them and use them. But this is the message for all of you today. I really hope that this has helped you. I really hope that this has been a reminder. You have the power to come back to your true state. You have the power to change the many different areas of life that you are dissatisfied with to be more of what you truly want them to be. But again, this requires you to do your part to come back to your natural state, to do your part to let go and release and shift those things that you have been holding on to for so long, that have been causing misalignment in your life, so that you can then bring everything into the alignment that you desire. So I hope that this has helped you in some way. If it has, please let me know by giving this video a thumbs up, a like wherever you're watching from. If you really enjoyed this video and you want to see more of my teachings, I really encourage you to hit that subscribe button below and hit the bell button so you're always notified of when I come on and do live videos and upload anything else to this channel. That way you never miss out. I have plenty of other teachings that you can go and watch on my channel. So have fun with that. And I also do monthly energy readings here on my channel. So I did the December energy reading. I'm pretty sure I will do a 2020 energy reading as well. I just don't know when yet. But I will do that soon, I hope. And we'll see if they tell me to, if my guides tell me to. And that's what's going to be uploaded here. If you want to stay in touch with me and listen to more of my teachings and guidance and things like that, you're more than welcome to come and join me on my social media platforms. I'm on Instagram as Stef Ventura Coaching. That's where I share a lot of my travels and things that I'm up to while I travel and life in general. I write posts there. I have my Facebook business page called Stef Ventura Coaching. I do my weekly energy readings there. So that's where I give guidance for the week. So if that interests you, you're more than welcome to come and join me on Facebook if you're on Facebook. I also have a free Facebook group currently called Manifesting Your Impact. That might change in the future. I don't know. But you can always find it through Facebook if it changes in the future. But the link for that is in the comments below, in the description below, sorry. So you can go and come and hang out with me there. I do teachings there as well once a week and lots of other things. And I just got done doing channeled guidance. So for the first time in a really long time, I was asked by my guides to do psychic readings there and give people channeled guidance. So that's what I just got done doing before I came on and did this video teaching. So if you want to try to catch me for those random psychic channeling videos and things like that, you're more than welcome to come and check me out on my in my group. So that's basically it. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments below what you thought of this video teaching, how it spoke to you today, if you felt a certain message, speaking to you today. I know while I was doing my psychic channeling earlier, I had people on there the whole entire time listening to all the guidance that I gave for all these different people. And they were like, oh my God, you're totally speaking to me in all these different ways. Like everything you're saying just has so many messages for me and so on and so forth. So I will always love sharing the messages that I'm guided to share in a way that helps more than one person in my teachings here on YouTube and my psychic channelings and things like that. So I would love to hear from all of you to see how this supported you today. Feel free to drop me a comment below. Feel free to share this video with anyone you feel would benefit from it. And I thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate you. Have an amazing weekend, and I will see you in the next video. And yes, dream big. Dream big for sure, HODL. Thank you so much. I send you all so much love. Bye-bye.